Today in the nerdy news you need to know about, I got bad news. Robbie T live in the chat. I just bought a Switch. What should I get besides Zelda? You fucked up, Robbie T. The king is back for their throne. PlayStation is making a handheld so you can play your PlayStation 5 games on the go. Get your Steam Deck. Shit in the wind. Switch, get your baby games the fuck out of here. PlayStation's back. Portable gaming. We'll have all this and more, baby. Beyond. PlayStation's back. It's a PSP. It's. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Monday, November 25th, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller. Alongside Forbes, 30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues, a.k.a. the married one, at Tim Geddes.
Let Tim host. That was fantastic. I missed that. God. I haven't seen that Greg energy in a while. But I haven't unleashed.
I haven't hosted Games Daily in a while. Last week there was a bunch of shenanigans with GAMESCAST and things happened in the afternoon where I felt like I think maybe only 2 episodes of Second Banana with somebody else, maybe? Maybe that's all wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it felt like it's been building up.
Yeah. Well, and also you get new stories like that.
I mean, come on.
This is going to be a day, Greg. We got a lot of Greg stuff. We got a lot of Tim stuff.
That's what I see. That's what I like to see. Tim, it does me good to see you. Of course, one of the reasons it's built up, I went to Canada. Went to Canada really quickly.
That's Dude, real fast.
Not only did I went to Vancouver, then they were like, while we were in Vancouver at dinner on Friday, what if we just drove to Whistler tomorrow? And I was like, okay. Where's Whistler, by the way, Tim?
In New Zealand?
Good.
Nailed it.
It's good.
I have no idea.
Barrett, do you know where Whistler is?
So this is...
Give me a state. Give me a province. Give me a country.
So it's not Canada.
Tell me.
I'm assuming Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming Canada as well.
See, I thought Colorado. So when I sat down at dinner and we were hanging out, I said, so we're going to Colorado tomorrow? Everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, we're going to Whistler? They're like, no, what? Whistler's north of us. It's deeper into British Columbia. And I'm talking, remind you, to foreigners. They are from Australia. You know, it's Jen's uncle who was originally born in Quebec, right? But now they live in Australia. They have a family there, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
So I sound like triply dumb.
Yeah.
And then I did reveal, I was like, well, and then I'm like, just for the record, you don't even want to know where I thought New Zealand was before a Monopoly documentary. So, like, there's a whole thing going on.
So you thought y'all were just going to do, like, a casual drive throughout, like, half of America? From Canada? Now again, if you're Canadian, I'm insulted. He doesn't know where Whistler is. If you're American, I was just assuming Vancouver was like 2 hours from Colorado on some weird shot like that. You know what I mean? Who the fuck thinks about Colorado other than Deion Sanders? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's awful. I
love that. I love everything about
that. And
I
feel like we did a game overgration, maybe a Kind of Funny podcast long ago where we had the map and we all wrote in the states. And I did well and knew where Colorado was then, but without the visual.
Colorado's close to us.
Huh?
Colorado's like not far from us.
Barry, show me Colorado. I need to see Colorado on a map. Now the other, I was like Whistler, Colorado, of course.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this makes sense because I did think, okay, the Olympics I know the Winter Olympics had been in Whistler. But did I think they were in Whistler, Canada or Whistler, Colorado? Because I'm aware that Whistler, Canada exists because Scott Lowe's dad works up there.
Oh, okay.
So it was like I already had a connection. I knew of the existence of Whistler.
Which would make more sense than thinking it was in Colorado.
Well, sure. I think in my head there was 2. And again, maybe it is another thing from my dimension. The dimension I existed in originally before this.
Okay.
But I do have recollection of a Whistler, Canada. So I know that exists. You know what I mean?
But wait, isn't that the only one that exists?
Okay, I definitely thought Colorado was in the Montana area. I apologize, everybody. In my head, I thought we were a border state there. It just made sense when somebody said it.
Like, no matter what way you shake, there's no driving to Colorado. You know, that's a pretty easy, chill drive or flight from here. But like,
sure. Oh, yeah, man, that is more embarrassing when you see it on the map.
I love it.
Right next to Kansas. That makes sense with the Big 12. Yeah, that one will get you.
It'll get you.
Luckily, I'm the only one who's gaffed lately in the Kind of Funny audience,
Yeah,
right?
no one else is stupid.
Office, I should
You're
say.
the stupid one.
What's that? You have a tweet prepped, Barrett, or a blue sky? I'm not sure where we're going. There it is. We go to Joey Noel's Twitter, or Blue Sky, where Joey says, I'm not going to name names, but today, in real time, I got to witness why Kinder Eggs were banned in the U.S. This is from November 21st. I was in the office this day.
So a Kinder Egg is the little chocolate egg-shaped situation.
And there's a toy in the center.
And there's a toy inside, right?
And so this was a big deal here in the United States when they tried to bring these over here, and dumb kids kept choking on them. And so they're like, all right, fine, we're banning them. And so then we got some British food illegally imported, apparently. And the Kinder Eggs were in there. And so then it became who choked on the egg?
So our homie from Phasmophobia, over in the UK, they, thanks to our partnership, they're like, hey, we want to thank you with some little British treats. And I was like, I would love that. Yep. So he sent them over, and they've been on the table, and they're the bane of Nick's existence, because right when we got through the Halloween candy,
Nick's
more candy
shows up.
There's more freaking candy here. And so there's just a whole bunch of stuff. And there was a Kinder Egg, and somebody ate it.
So now
somebody just chomped into it.
Chat, we need to know, who do you think it was? Because, of course, the subreddit has a post up. It's 99% Mike.
Which would make sense.
People are just saying it's anybody but Mike. It wasn't Mike. I see a Blessing, but I see a lot of Mikes. I see an Andy. I see a Roger. I see Bless.
I will say there has been a lot of conversation both now in the chats, in the subreddit, and in just social media in general. Yeah. And I have not seen anybody predict who it is. Not a single person.
How does that make you feel, Tim?
It makes me feel real good to know that y'all don't think I'm as stupid as I actually am, because I took that entire egg and I was like, it's melting in my hand a little and I don't want to deal with that right now, so I'm just going to throw it into my mouth and just chomp on it and just deal with it, okay? I thought they're banned. They don't put toys in these things anymore, even if it's not from the US, because apparently they're not banned. Apparently they are. Cool Greg fought hard. He's like, they're at Walgreens. I'll go right now to fucking get one at Walgreens.
But those are different ones.
They're outside of the don't put the toy in the thing, which I'm just going to let everybody know. Why are you putting toys in these candies? It makes no sense.
Just deal with it. But what happens? You chomp into it.
I chomp into it, and immediately I regret everything, and I realize I know exactly what's going on. Joey saw me doing this, though. That's like kind of the worst part of it all. And I take it all out of my mouth, and there's a fucking Paw Patrol in my mouth.
Yeah.
All right? I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, I've asked you repeatedly which one it was.
I don't know. But it was not my best moment. Far from my worst, but not my best.
It could have gone way worse, which is nice.
Oh, yeah. Definitely could have. Definitely could have. It was not fun to take out of my mouth, though. You know what I mean? Because I had bitten, it had been like the right angle. There was a lot of chocolate everywhere. My hand, it was just nasty.
Like
everything, it kind of was. Yeah. But anyway, it was me, everybody. It was me all along.
And that's how smart the kind of funny co-founders are, everybody. If you didn't know, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily, each and every weekday on a variety of platforms. We run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, of course, be part of the show with your YouTube super chats. If you're over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, you can super chat to be part of the show with your thoughts, opinions, and more on the day's news. Of course, if you're watching live, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We need you to correct us, keep us honest. Go to kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up as we screw it up. And remember, if you are watching later, hey, like, subscribe, share. Maybe you're getting on your favorite podcast service where we could use a review. Maybe you're on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames where we could use a sub. Like, hit the thumb, the bell, all that jazz. And remember, the best way to support us is with the Kind of Funny membership. For $10, you get all of our shows. Get a spam risk call. I'm not going to take that. You get all of our shows. There's the thing going on at school I'll tell you about later. So like I'm on high alert for calls. Kind of Funny membership. You get all of our shows ad free. You, of course, get the ability to watch the afternoon podcast live as we record them. And you get your daily dose of me in a series I call Gregway. Of course, you get all that in good karma for supporting an 11-person small business. That is over on patreon.com/kindoffunny or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. If you're a Patreon member at the happy hour tier, today's happy hour, where you get to call in and talk to us in a private podcast.
I'm excited.
Just for you. Me too.
It feels like it's been a while. It's been a month. That's how this
that's
works.
how it works.
But I'm excited.
What are you going to talk about?
I don't know. Whatever the people want to talk about. They always bring great topics. I feel like it's underrated.
Underrated content from us? I agree. Housekeeping for you. It's Thanksgiving week in the United States, so Kind of Funny is having a super short week of content. Look forward to your regularly scheduled shows today and tomorrow. We're out the rest of the week starting on Wednesday. Of course, we are all about live talk shows, so after Kind of Funny Games Daily today, you're getting your GAMESCAST where? The X-Cast reunites once again. You got Paris, you got Mike. They're coming together to... Gary? No. Well, they're coming together to grade Xbox's 2024. We're excited about that one. And then the stream is going to be Call of Duty Warzone. If you remember, like I said, Gregway with me today, answering the cliffhanger from last week. Also, at some point, you'll get Tim's from Friday that got caught in limbo. And you'll get your November happy hour this afternoon if you're at the $25 tier. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining and Carl Jacobs. Today, we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Aura Frames. We'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news. 5 items on the Roper Report.
A baker's dozen.
Number 1, possibly the biggest story of all time. Bigger than Jesus coming out of that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Sony set to take on Nintendo with new portable PlayStation. This is a report from Wesley Yinpool at IGN.com. Sony is reportedly set to return to the handheld console market with a new portable PlayStation that plays PlayStation 5 games on the go. Bloomberg reports that this unannounced handheld console is in the works now, although won't be released for some time and may end up coming to nothing. Sony declined to comment. Sony wants to expand the market for PlayStation games. Bloomberg's sources said, with a handheld console that plays PlayStation 5 games. If the console does make it to market, Sony will be taking on Nintendo's unannounced Switch successor and a handheld Xbox, which Microsoft gaming chief Phil Spencer recently confirmed was in the works but years away. Quote, Sony's portable device is likely years away from launch, and the company could still decide against bringing it to market, the people said, asking not to be named, discussing private plans, Bloomberg said. Timothy Robert Geddes, you love tech.
I do.
You love your Steam Deck. You love your Portal.
Mm-hmm.
You always love your little Game Boys. You love your Switch.
Love it all.
What does this do for you?
I mean, a lot if it's true. I just think that we're in such an interesting place right now, and we've been talking a lot about this in the last week because of PlayStation Portal getting the cloud ability. And I feel like it's hard to think about this being a reality anytime soon when both Microsoft and PlayStation in different ways are saying it's years off. I think we're very much in the, all right, handheld PC gaming is very much a thing, but it has not reached that mainstream appeal quite yet. And I feel like there needs to be a level of ubiquity of the tech and the mainstream understanding of, oh, it works the way you expect it to.
Yeah.
For those to add up for these to be viable products out in the wild. And we'll get to a story, a couple stories down from here, talking about PlayStation's accessory line. And I'm just incredibly impressed with PlayStation 5's ecosystem. I think that they have done the best job they ever have of having a suite of peripherals that are very good products for price to quality to value, all of that connected, and they work well together. I'm not saying they're perfect, but I do think this is by far, compared to PS2, PS3, PS4, this is by far the best ecosystem that they've had. In previous years, they have had their Vita, PS3, Vita, PS4, that being kind of part of the ecosystem, but that was very much the birth of remote play.
Sure.
And I feel like we are light years ahead of where we were at that point with the technology, but also that being a dedicated handheld versus these days what we have. I don't think we're ever going to see a dedicated handheld again. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
But getting
Gamers don't want that too, I would say.
Exactly. I feel like it splits the library of games. We saw that with 3DS and Wii U going to the Switch.
It's less than if you're just handheld.
What's up?
I think a lot of people look at it as less.
Oh, exactly. But when you just think of it, it's a portable PS5 or it's the Switch. It's Nintendo, but it's a console and it's portable. Like that is a different. There's a different level of like expectation from that, which I think is very important. And I also think that with things like the Portal and the Steam Deck and all of that and the advancements being made, I do think that very soon in the next year or two, there will be the breaking down the wall of as gamers are getting older and older and the needs for these things are getting higher and higher and the price of them are getting lower and lower as well. I think that the opportunity for a higher priced version to come out makes sense. Because I think that this, if they were to put this out, it's going to, the way that we want it, it's a $400 or $500 minimum product, right? Yeah. And I think that right now, that's not the time. There's not the time or place for that in terms of understanding in tech. But
what?
What do you have to say?
Man, it's so exciting, but it's also, I'm so torn over this. And I'll even toss in Phil talking about an Xbox handheld. Well, I guess maybe that's different or whatever. But let's keep it to PlayStation. This is such an exciting announcement, and I see so many people going by talking about like, oh man, I hope they don't abandon it like they did PlayStation VR 2. Well, if there's no support, it'll fail, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with support, because it's just a PlayStation 5 that's portable. That you don't need support for that, right? You just need it to work. You just need it to be what you're expecting, right? The problem is that I think right now you do that this holiday, you do it next spring, it fucking crushes. You do it years from now with what a year gap before PlayStation 6. You know, I like that's where I get lost in the sauce of. This is super cool and exciting, and I would love to have it right now. I would love to have an Xbox handheld right now and be like, it is going to play Indiana Jones as well as an Xbox Series S does, right? I'd love to have this PlayStation 5 right now. That way I can just go work on whatever and yada, yada, yada. I find it less exciting when we're on the precipice of the next generation. And I think that my hope would be that if you're doing this and thinking about attacking a handheld this way, you would even push it back to be in line with those things where it can, not the PlayStation 6 or the Xbox 2, whatever it's going to be, is out of the box. It is a Switch. But like you do this 2 years into that life cycle. Cause what do we see with a PlayStation 5 Pro or a redesigned Slim or a Xbox? You know, people want to sell more consoles and they're always trying to figure out how to do it. And you look at the blowback to the PlayStation 5 Pro right now, where it's like, it's not that great, but whatever. Like, that's not what PlayStation wants. This would be a way to add in more PlayStation 5s to a niche audience, but an audience that I do think is quite large.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. I think that we just got to look at kind of the realities of where we're at with generations.
Yeah.
And more and more, they matter less and less. I feel like we're at a point now when specifically we're talking about PlayStation here. I mean, talking about Xbox, they've already kind of gotten rid of it. Like even they're trying their hardest to make games as backwards and forwards compatible as they possibly can.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the limitations of that to some extent, but they are committing to that vision.
Agreed.
And then on the PlayStation side, PS4 to PS5, like how many of the PS5's greatest games so far are also playable on the PS4? I even think back the generation before of Metal Gear Solid 5 being amazing on the PS3 and 360. That seems unimaginable for how high quality those games were. Those games coming out later into the life cycle, right, of the generation. I feel like when we get into the actual conversation of these products actually coming out, which they're saying here years away, thinking what years away could mean is that in line with the PS6, alongside the PS6? Is there even a number associated with this? It doesn't matter because it is just a PlayStation handheld that can play PlayStation games to some different level.
Of course.
I expect that to be what this is.
Yeah, you know,
Just last thing I want to say real quick is AI. I feel like that's the big thing. It's the pisser, the DLSS, all of these techs that right now are still in their infancy, but are, I mean, at this point, I would say they're not in their infancy. They're about to graduate elementary school. You get what I'm saying?
Fair.
If not even further than that. But like, I do think that with how rapidly these things are increasing, I think that the tech of most games and how everything's being pushed forward, we're going to get to a point where a new standard is hit. And obviously there's a push for this 4K 60. That's the magic number for consoles, right? We're still far from that. I think the PS5 Pro is the closest we've gotten to it on a console side of that being the standard. It's not going to, there will be exceptions to the rule for sure, but that is seemingly what they're trying to make the standard. I think that's a really good sign that on the portable side, a 1080p 60 for these new PS5 games coming out, that could work and that can actually be a viable product on a small screen.
Yeah.
They just need to be able to make that all happen. And there's so much tech required for that.
For me, the whole problem is the, understandably so, darkened hallway that the PlayStation 6 is. Like, this reminds me, remember when we did the rating the consoles and all that jazz on GamesCast, and we talked about the Sega Nomad, and I talked about how, man, I would have killed for it. I was a Sega kid. I love my Genesis, but by the time the Nomad came out, I was already on to the next thing. Like, that's what I worry about here, and it's a dated way to worry about stuff. But I'm also going to be way less excited if this PlayStation 5 handheld drops, I get it, and I get a year with it before PlayStation 6 comes out. And then it is this argument of, well, you know, we held off on so many first-party games this year, or this generation for PlayStation 5, so you are getting stuff at the launch of PlayStation 6, but it won't work natively with your PlayStation 5 handheld. But you can stream it, you can remote play it, you can do all the things I'm already doing with the Portal.
But the thing there, though, is like we just need to be realistic of, are you willing to spend $3,000 on a handheld? Because that's the only way that's going to be possible, if that even is possible. Like, like we're talking about, like, yeah, you don't get all the fanciest brand new bells and whistles because you're taking it portably. There has to be concessions made there. And I think that as cloud gaming and all that stuff enhances, and as the AI stuff enhances, I do think we're going to be able to get games running natively on a system a lot cheaper resource wise.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's never going to be as good as the giant box that you have.
My whole thing is I don't need to be as good. I already expect with an Xbox handheld, and I'm just saying the Xbox handheld is this generation of Xboxes. I forget if they've said that or not. And PlayStation handheld, which is PlayStation 5, I'm not expecting them to look as good as a Pro model or on my 4K TV or anything. I'm already expecting concessions there. I just don't want I will be let down. I don't know. I'm not going to be as excited if I buy it and then the PlayStation 6 gets announced and it's like, well, you can't do. It's not even I want to be able to play my whatever it is on a fucking plane.
But just think about the reality of.
I know the reality.
But think about what that means, though. You want to be able to play the PS6 games on your portal or on your PlayStation Portable next gen, whatever it is, in a couple years. Like, let's look at year 1, year 2, year 3, even of the PlayStation 6. Are you telling me that those games aren't also going to be on PlayStation 5? And there's no way.
And so then then that's great. But then I need PlayStation to get their fucking shit together, where it's like, all right, cool, my save can go back and forth, and it's one trophy list, and they're reading together, and it's not that I'm using the PlayStation 5 version on my handheld, and I'm using the PlayStation 6 version on my console, and they don't talk to each other, so like I'm fucked.
Yeah,
that's the one thing.
No, I mean you're right, and that I do think is something that's why I think
you would hope they have this much time to figure.
You would, but I don't have faith in that. Like, I do think that is probably like one step too far for PlayStation based on how they've done things in the past, and they're still building off of the same infrastructure that they've had. So it's, I think, a lot more difficult for them to fix prior mistakes going forward. Whereas Xbox cared about that stuff so much from the beginning, which obviously is really paying off for them here. But I do think that you're right in what you're saying of like, it would be a bummer to not get on the new things. I just truthfully don't think that that's going to be an issue if this thing actually ends up coming out. I think if this comes out, we're going to be able to play some version of all the games that we'd be wanting.
As long as they talk to each other, I'm fine with it. As long as if we're doing the cross-gen releases and titles and stuff, as long as the saves are going back and forth and they figure that out, then no big deal. I'm down to make the concessions there, load times, graphics, etc. Like, I just want to be able to take everything on the road with me and be able to go.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, just removed. It's exciting as somebody who loved their PSP, loved their Vita, the Switch has been such a godsend in terms of like, yo, this is one system. This is what it does. And granted, I'm not the Nintendo guy, but I've loved that ability of play, plug it in, take it, go, blah, blah. And I'm so happy that Steam saw something in that to go make the handheld. ROG Ally, of course, too, and everybody else. And then now to see Xbox and PlayStation look into it, it's exciting for me since I like console gaming so much more. But then I do wonder if by the time they get to where the finish line is, are they going to still see a value in it? Or will the ROG Ally next gen, this thing and the other one, and then the Steam Deck be to a level where it's like, oh man, that's so ubiquitous and so nice. I do, as somebody who uses their Steam Deck, right, so much, like, I love my Steam Deck. I love the ability of when the save getting uploaded and there it is and I pick it up and I go and but then there are the hurdles I have to jump of like it going into Proton or doing this and changing my frame rates.
I think that it just goes back to my original premise on this of PlayStation and Xbox are only going to release these products if the other products have done well enough that they have something that they can own as their own ecosystem, and that there is just a value proposition there that you are getting rid of a lot of the little speed bumps that you need to, because I'm a PlayStation guy, I'm an Xbox guy. This is where this matters to me the most. Which already I think the PlayStation Portal is a step in that direction,
and it's doing really well. Right?
It's doing incredibly well. I wonder what the sales numbers are on it, because I wonder at what point do we already even know? Like, has the Portal outsold the Steam Deck?
Oh wow, I don't think we know those numbers like that. Yeah,
but I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult to do.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you're wrong, Mir. Let me know if we have information on the Portal sales.
Yeah, you know how much I love my Portal, and I was shocked last week. I don't think I was on any of the shows around it, but shocked when they were like, "Hey, we're happening. We're updating it. You can go and stream your PlayStation 5." Like, that's fucking
and it's
awesome.
not a charge. It's not like, oh, hey, here's a new SKU, the Portal 2.0, but they don't even call it that like they did with the PSP and things like that. It's like, no, it's just firmware update for a major update.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Can't wait for them to firmware updates where I can just use regular Bluetooth headphones.
God, it's such a disaster. What the hell, man?
Why, PlayStation? Why do like such a dumb fucking thing?
Hate that.
Stupid. We have plenty of people super chatting in to be part of this very show. Of course, if you want to be part of the show and talk about PlayStation's handheld, youtube.com/kindafunnygames with those super chats. The one, the only, Tricky Kappa says, I recently bought a Vita for modding and am very charmed by it. Sony had a really unique approach to handhelds that I would love to see come back. Yeah, I think we can say a lot of different things about a lot of different things when PlayStation. A lot of the fuck ups, a lot of the stupid things they do. Tim, am I wrong to say they make sexy devices?
I mean, they have.
I mean, they can make an Ugo too, but I think more than likely, I think I like the aesthetic of a PlayStation device. Like, I like what they've done. I mean, I love my Vita. I love the redesigned Vitas. I love the PSP. Like, I enjoyed all of those. Those are sexy devices I remember to hold and have.
Yeah.
I still like it. And I remember, Barrett's, if you're an audio listener, Barrett's put up PlayStation 5. Remember, the Kind of Funny audience voted this the most attractive system. So
yeah. I wouldn't use the word sexy.
Up your ass,
but
Barrett.
Yeah, there's something there.
Kicking up north, PS5 ugly. Unfrozen caveman in the chat.
Someone in the chat was saying that it's from what the numbers we have now that we had 900K for Portal and 3-point-something million for the Steam Deck.
Okay.
That's pretty damn good though to see the pace of how well the Portal's doing, and if they're going to keep supporting the Portal the way that they have. Like, PlayStation has something on their hands with this one, man. The fact that they put out multiple, like the 30th anniversary Portal, I think is very telling of them seeing major success there, and that they're like, oh, we're going to keep pushing this. The cloud update obviously is huge. I know. I got one about it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
good job. Mr. Hawks 182, your Fallout 76 expert, writes in and says, have we been looking at next generation wrong this whole time? Is it going to be a battle of docked handhelds? I wish, but it won't be. Right? The next generation is going to be super sexy, crazy boxes that cost a lot of money and do a lot of things and are better visuals and yada, yada, yada. And then they will sell you a handheld at some point if they already haven't.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I feel like that is kind of still the core value of why a next-gen console needs to exist, is to have the most powerful box possible to play an ecosystem of games.
And then L Captain 22 super chat and says, to me, if it's a few years away, just make it to the PS6. What the Series S is to the X, just portable. And I think that is what you're pitching to some degree. Some degree, not exactly.
Some degree, yeah.
And I think that would be the smartest way to go, yeah. As long as I can feel like I've been burned so many times by PlayStation devices not feeling like they're connected to one another. As long as this is being made to be, yes, it's a PlayStation 5 in your hand, but it will talk to the PlayStation 6 and give you access to your library in some helpful way.
Yeah. God, you really giving me PTSD of the PS4 to PS5 saves and downloads and transfers. And the fact that still there's the different versions.
When you plug your Vita into the PlayStation 4 and it would say this device, or is it PS5, and it would say this device is not supported. Fucking crazy shit.
Shame.
You know what I mean? Shame. You hate to see it. We will, of course, keep you posted on all the PlayStation Portable news as we continue on. But let's get to something as exciting for Timothy Geddes. This is number 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 3's official trailer 2 live reaction. That's right. A new Sonic 3 trailer has dropped, and we're going to live react to it right now. How excited are you?
I am 10 out of 10 excited for this. So far, Sonic 3 hasn't missed.
Yeah.
Like Sonic 1, I was here for it for the memes. Sonic 2, I'm like, oh, they're actually giving me some of the things I want. Like a lot of the things I want.
Yeah,
Sonic 3 so far, I'm just like, oh, they're nailing this. They are absolutely crushing this. They are doing Shadow justice. So I'm very, very excited for it. But I feel like we need to get Bless.
Okay. Bless! Blessing! Someone dropped a bunch of magic cards and anime in here. Hurry! Yeah, fucking dork.
You looked at me and said, did they?
Here, I'll put him on mic and I'll slide out to the side if you want.
I love
All
that.
right, come here. Oof. Talk.
Oh, we're going to talk, everybody. We're doing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie trailer reaction.
Yo, what's up?
It's
It is me.
It's Bless. We had to do it together. You fucking kidding me? Let's go.
Let's do this.
How hyped are you?
Oh, I'm very hyped. It's funny. I was listening to the show, and I agree wholeheartedly as far as, like, you know, Sonic 1, here for the memes. Sonic 2, oh, this is pretty good, actually. And then for all the trailers I've seen of Sonic 3, I saw a Sonic 3 trailer before Wicked, and I was like, I looked over to my friend Asen, who's also a sicko like me, had an Eggman jacket on. I was like, Asen, this shit is fucking wild. This shit is looking good.
So yeah, I'm very excited about it. Let's get into it. Are we ready, Barrett?
Here we go. Showtime.
Oh my god.
What is this den of madness?
Are you Detective Pikachu?
He does look like a Pokemon.
Detective Pikachu getting love. Let's go.
That's awesome. Also, I wonder if this place is called the Chow Garden.
Get down.
It's time, Shadow. Finally, we will have our
Come on.
But what good is a dastardly plot if you can't conspire with family?
There's 2 Eggmen now?
Double your villains, double your fun.
Any last words?
Nice magic marble, real scary. That actually is real scary. Trick shot. Tom, Maddie, we need your help on a super... Knuckles, do you mind?
Oh, excuse me.
Tom, Maddie, we need your help on a super...
He's wearing the
dangerous top
Donut
secret
Lord
mission.
sweater.
When?
Oh, yeah. Are you ready?
We were born ready.
So they're all just gun members now.
All right, boys, try and keep up.
Tails has a jetpack.
Yeah.
We've got
In that shot, there was like an open space there.
We can rule humanity.
Oh my god, the music is Sonic 06 remix.
Left to rule.
His world.
That is dark.
How do you know that?
Somebody better call
Jesus.
Google Maps.
Life's all
Yeah, it
the
definitely is.
choices we make. Remember to listen to your heart.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I
You make the right
recognize it.
choice when matters the most.
No!
Hedgehog to another. Who does your high?
Oh my god, he's got a gun! They gave Shadow a gun!
This ends now.
They gave him the gun!
Our destiny awaits.
Oh my god, Eggman's
You
Jack.
are right about one thing.
What the fuck is happening right now?
This ends now.
This is fucking sick. Holy shit.
Wait, Barrett, can you go back to where he around the gun part? Because I blacked out. I need to see what happened after that.
The more you talk, the harder I want to hit you.
That seems like a team up moment.
Now.
Our destiny awaits. You are right about
Can you
one
Totem, this is
awesome.
insane.
This ends now.
Can you go back to where he has the gun in his hand? I need to see, like, how real does this gun? Like, is it a legit Glock?
I did not at all expect that they were going to do this.
This is
Before we
fucking
do
awesome.
a breakdown, I did say before the show, Blessing, you weren't privy to this. I have one more video to show you before we continue.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are asking for one Roger Picorni to join us on this. Roger is not
He's
in the
gonna freak
studio
out.
today, but Roger did post a video this morning.
Keanu
Reeves joined Sonic the Hedgehog 3
Oh my God.
as Shadow the Hedgehog.
Roger, you're the #1 Shadow the Hedgehog fan. We need to give Shadow the Hedgehog a gun. We have the king of gun fu, and we need to give this guy a gun. I don't care if this gun shoots laser beams, ice. I don't give a shit.
Who cares?
He needs a fucking gun, everybody. And that is the #1 thing we need to figure out as a country.
Come on. Damn, that's a legit gun too. Holy shit. That's
Sonic
like,
the Hedgehog.
it's not a toy gun. It's not like a fucking laser. That's a fucking gun.
I'm shocked. I don't know for sure, but I would not be surprised if in that video, in the full video of us talking to Raj, I said something to the extent of, there's no way they're giving him a gun.
Probably.
I've been proven wrong, and I am so happy.
That's nuts.
That trailer was awesome.
Holy shit. Do you think he's part of the NRA? Like he's a member? Like, this is crazy.
This is really crazy. I mean, they gave him the motorcycle, they gave him the gun, but yo, real talk, like we were saying, 1's the memes, 2's pretty good.
This is doing everything so far.
And the human characters, they gotta be here. It's a kid,
Yeah.
whatever the hell. But like, they're just making them gun people. Like they're just like, not, from this seemingly the trailer, doesn't look like they're gonna get in the way. We're not going to a wedding.
Yes, it doesn't feel like there's a whole B plot that's gonna be like some bullshit that's not Sonic at all,
Yeah.
right? Like the B plot is probably just gonna be gun shit. Maybe them hanging out with gun and learning how to be part of gun or whatever. The more I say gun, the more I'm like, this is insane that we're here. But Bear, okay, God, there are quite a few places I want to go back to. Can you go back to where there was like the 4 villains standing? It was like, you know, Eggman, older Eggman. No, not this bear, not this bear. It's not what I wanted. It's the 2 Eggman.
God.
All right, hold
It's
on.
Shadow, and then there's like Eggman's lackey. It looked like there were 4 of them standing, but it looked like there was a spot,
There's a spot.
for a 5th person. And like, I don't know, man. I'm getting Rouge vibes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I'm getting Rouge
Remember, we got
vibes.
the purple. Although
That's the other thing I wanted to look up is what is she wearing?
What is she wearing?
in this trailer? Because she popped up, and I don't think she was wearing purple. It looked like she was
No,
wearing
you're right.
It was more of a pink. Hold on, let me show you.
I mean, that's also meaningful.
I found her.
that's also meaningful. Okay, yeah, it's like a light pink with the yellow on it. All or muffin. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't think that points to anything.
No.
The pink could be Amy Rose, but Amy Rose is like more of a solid pink. Oh God.
Hey, real talk though. I love a lot going on here. I love the
right here.
Detective Pikachu
Is this
shout
not
out.
real? Is this not
Like, there's definitely room for someone there. Yeah.
like it could just be awkward framing, but
Yeah.
I like this to me strikes me as somebody got edited out here.
Someone in the chat says Cream the Rabbit, and I will say Blessing said those words out loud to me last week at one point.
Yeah.
And I just walked
Yeah.
away from him.
Cream the Rabbit, man.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Detective Pikachu getting a shout out, kind of fun in a Super Smash Brothers type of way.
Yeah, right?
I'm also just happy Detective Pikachu getting any love because I feel like that movie's just forgotten about. And while not the best movie ever, the
was
art
good.
direction was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And like, I want more Pokemon like that.
It's like Detective Pikachu ran so that Sonic can like
Yes.
walk a bit fast. You know what I mean? Oh, it is called the Child Garden.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
No,
that.
we knew this. This was in the last trailer
Oh,
too.
I missed that.
But yeah,
Oh,
fun
this is fucking
stuff.
awesome.
Great influence. Honestly, this looks like the most. Hey, let's actually translate Sonic Adventure 2 into a movie that we've seen so far to some extent. Whereas like Sonic 2 had a couple Sonic 2 elements and Sonic 3 elements even. And Sonic 1 just didn't give a fuck at all. Also, all the lighting in Tokyo looks so sick. I love this shot of Shadow. It's just like
every shot with Shadow in it is fucking sick, right? Like him skating forward, seeing like the streaks behind him. Whatever fight they were having, where like it looked like they were fighting on destroyed Namek from Dragon Ball Z. At one point where everything's all fucked up and red. Yeah, like a lot of really cool visual stuff going on here.
And the Shadow and Maria stuff looks great too, which like I just never thought I would see that with them trying to take it seriously at all.
Yeah.
but they and also they shot the moon.
Yeah, they shot the moon. It looks like it looks like we're destroying the moon.
Yeah. So what's cool here? Can you go back to the beginning of the shots of Shadow and Maria? God. So this is from Generations. This just happened in the games. This was not from Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, I didn't realize it wasn't from Adventure 2.
So like this is like a new canon lore thing.
Interesting.
Oh, look at them. They don't kiss, Barrett. These two. They don't
God.
kiss.
No, they just grew up together.
Oh, gosh, okay. I will say the energy and excitement from y'all is infectious.
Mm-hmm.
What if I go back, rewatch Sonic 1, finally watch Sonic 2 for the first time, which I still have yet to do. Watch Knuckles, and then I watch Sonic 3 with y'all in theaters.
I mean, you gotta do it, man.
Yeah. I mean, here's the other thing, right? You do all that.
The second you bring up Cream the Rabbit, though, I'm out.
I listen. I still haven't played through Sonic Adventures 1 and 2, and I feel like now has to be the time that I play through Sonic Adventures 1 and 2.
I mean, at least
Sonic.
At least 2. Sonic Adventure 1 I might be suffering through. Like I tried out Sonic Adventure 2, and like it's just rough. Like it's hard to go back to those games if you didn't play them back in the day. But
you
it
should do it
time.
though. I think it is time. I think it's time for you, Bless. That would be great content.
Yeah.
That I want to see happen for sure.
God.
But yeah, Barrett, I love that. You should definitely do it. I think watching the other ones isn't necessarily going to get you more hyped for 3.
I mean, I enjoyed the first one.
Then you should.
Okay,
Then you're gonna if you enjoyed the first one, you'll
Sonic
enjoy
Adventure 2 is or Sonic 2 is better than 1 for sure.
2 was one of those Alyssa really liked the first one, and so we were trying to make it a point of watching it together, and then her students one day were like, let's watch 2, so she watched 2 without me, so I've just never had a reason to actually start it up. So
yeah.
No, you do.
Well, you totally should. This is crazy. Really crazy.
How old was Blessed in 1999? I was 5 years old, but also I didn't have a Dreamcast. I was an N64 kid, and so that's the main reason. I remember playing Sonic Adventure at a Best Buy, like a demo, and being like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. And then like nowhere throughout the rest of my life did I encounter like anybody with a Dreamcast or any like my friends with a Dreamcast that had Sonic Adventure.
Sonic Adventure 2 didn't really pop off until GameCube.
Yeah, with Battle, right?
Yeah, like many millions more people
and
played
I also
it.
didn't have a GameCube,
Oh,
which is
man,
why
that
I
is
was playing like Sonic
You're
Heroes.
such a GameCube kid, Blessing. Like,
I know.
It's crazy.
I should have again. This is another thing I want to do is I want to go back and play all the GameCube games that I missed from that era. Because
did you ever play Wind Waker?
No, never played Wind Waker.
Man.
I went from Ocarina to Twilight Princess on the Wii.
Well, everybody, that was our reaction. I'm like hyped.
Dude, I was excited. That was legitimately exciting.
Also, the music, I can't like his world from Sonic
from
06,
Sonic 06.
which like I think they're just having fun with that. But like I like that a lot.
It's
so.
the fact that we're in 2024 and we're still referencing Sonic 06 as
the
Sega.
good parts of Sonic 06.
Good for you, Sega. Because if I was if I was John Sega over there, I would have like a decree that Sonic 06 doesn't exist to us. We never mentioned this. We never referenced this. Like, that's what I would do as John Sega over there. The fact that they're like, nah, man, there's some good shit. Look at the song. Like, there's a good song. Hey, put it in the movie.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Put it in the film.
Last thing I want to say, Bless, and this is a slight spoiler for Sonic Adventure 2, and this will happen to some extent in Sonic 3. So if you want to go into Sonic 3 completely unspoiled, tune out for the next 30 seconds or so. But this is also something that happens within like the first opening of the game, essentially.
Okay.
That child Maria gets shot.
You think she's gonna get shot?
And I thought there's no chance that they're going to shoot her in this movie. I thought maybe they blow her up off screen or something. Now that we gave Shadow a gun, I think she's getting blasted, dude.
It's like, I mean, that's the equivalent of like Batman's parents like getting killed in the alley, right? In the pearls. Like, Maria has to get shot to do Shadow's character correctly. You got to shoot that kid.
You got to shoot the kid.
You got to shoot that
and
kid.
And the crowd's going to go wild.
Yeah. You're going to see me standing up, giving a standing ovation. Like, fuck yeah. Take that, Maria. We did it. We did it. Masterpiece. We're here.
Oh, thank you so much, Bless. And welcome back to the stage, Greg Miller. We'll get back to you after a word from our sponsors. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. Like a lot of people, my mom is not the most tech savvy, so it seems weird to get her a tech-adjacent gift, but Aura's digital frame is actually perfect. That's because, yes, it's tech, but it's so easy. Seriously, it's so easy to get started, but then once you do, the tech is incredible. You can upload photos right from your phone in just a click. It'll even pair photos together for me like 2 pictures of the same person or from the same day. There's no memory cards or USBs required. Most people at Kinda Funny have Aura frames at their desks, and it's always so fun to see what memories they have displayed. It is such a great gift for your parents or grandparents, and you can even surprise them with their gift being preset with your own pictures. For a limited time, you can visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply. This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for this holiday season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have all of your gift-giving needs covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's always such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day 1, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for you listening right now, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shadyrays.com, use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades.
And we're back. You got a few other Sonic sickos out here asking you questions and doing some super chats over on youtube.com/kindafunnygames. Joey Radstone doesn't have a question, just a comment. The Sonic franchise is single-handedly keeping Jim Carrey from retiring.
I mean, it actually is.
I know.
It's just so freaking cool, man. He was like, Sonic 2, my last movie ever. I'm done. And they're like, you want to do Sonic 3? He's like, you got Shadow? I'm in. Incredible. And he's in it twice.
I know, right? Yeah, too good. DJ Kento says the missing character is obviously Big the Cat.
That's not big enough for him. Okay. Him and his little fish froggy.
Fair enough. Sab K says they pissed on the moon, Tim.
I don't get that. I've seen people today were tweeting at me, they pissed on the moon. I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay. So maybe there's a level of sicko deeper than me, which surprises me, Greg.
Yeah, you usually know everything.
But I do not. I mean, it looks sick as hell. But I don't know what you're talking about.
Depending if you talk to Kevin or Sean Finnegan, that would fuck up the Ocean Tides quite a bit.
Honestly, Greg.
First thing you thought?
Why was that the first thing I thought about?
Yeah. Well,
I'm hyped as hell.
One of the most famous fights of all time. And kind of funny lore. Dear Sixlet has the final chat on Sonic right now. It says, my crackpot theory is that in the next one, Agent Stone dies and his personality has been uploaded into a robot body, which is how we get E123 Omega.
I mean, that's great. That's a great theory. I'm here for it.
Okay. Let's move on. No, I got nothing. I was like, what can we call Troy Baker? It's Troy Baker. We got a story about Troy Baker. Number 3, Troy Baker will appear in Naughty Dog's next game. This is Tom Ivan at VGC. Troy Baker will reportedly appear in Naughty Dog's next game. The prolific voice actor who has starred as Joel in the Last of Us series and Sam Drake in the Uncharted franchise is reuniting with Naughty Dog for a new title from studio head and creative director Neil Druckmann. While the role he'll play is unclear and the game itself has yet to be announced, Baker's inclusion was confirmed in a new GQ profile of the actor. Quote, "In a heartbeat, I would always work with Troy," Druckmann told the publication. He also described Baker as a demanding actor, adding, quote, "Troy's trying to stretch the limits of what this thing is, and often he succeeds at making it better than it was in my imagination," end quote. So, multiple exciting things.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love this. I love Troy. I love Troy being in a Neil game. That sounds great. We've seen it before, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
And them saying that Troy tries to stretch the limits of what this thing is and making it better than I have it, like, I believe it. We've seen it, and I do think that is the case for them, where I know so many people like to yuck the yum of Naughty Dog games and just be like, oh, look at it. They're just movies, whatever. It's like, oh, well, whatever they are is successful and works. And I think that what makes them special is how much they push this exact thing here. So I think that's great that they obviously prioritize and care about that. And they have such great creative chemistry together with clearly the products of Last of Us 1 and 2 and Uncharted 4 as well. But the one thing for me is like, is this confirmation that he's in the next game?
Well, I think it's them pulling from the one section, right?
Just in a heartbeat, I would always work with Troy.
Yeah, but here we go. Next year, though, he reunites with Ken Levine for Judas, the director's decade-in-the-making follow-up to BioShock series. Beyond that, it gets hazy, but he will return for Druckmann's new project at Naughty Dog. Quote, "In a heartbeat, I will always work with Troy." This is the GQ article or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I bet he is, but like just the phrasing of that's a little weird.
But he will return for Druckmann's new project, Tim.
Yeah.
It's a direct fucking statement.
It's not
and
a
if
quote,
you're going to
though.
question
It's a
GQ,
quote. If
you're going to
quote that they're
question
saying that they're getting that from is this, okay.
But I think that's like it's confirmed.
It's the
like they
reporter
confirmed
reported.
it, and then Druckmann is like adding on to that statement, being like,
Poorly
yeah,
written. What can I say?
It is
They
not
reported
poorly. It's there in black and white.
All right.
I'm working my way through this profile. It's good. A lot of good nuggets in there. There's stuff in there about how like Todd Howard was like super against him being Indiana Jones, and now he's like proving it to him or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you guys that went and played it. Obviously, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle. I'm excited to get my hands on it, dive into it, and actually hear the whole way through what Troy's performance was.
I mean, so far he's bringing it.
Yeah.
But like Troy was definitely a highlight of my experience with the game so far.
Yeah, there's an interesting one. There's a whole section there about like Troy and how he does this and blah, blah, blah. And like this, I like this one here, right? What's more, Troy Baker took the advice. He doesn't watch playback to this day. Why? Take the Harrison Ford finger wag. It spans half a century, from Indiana Jones all the way to Apple TV Plus comedy Shrinking. But for Baker, it became premeditated. Quote, "Stop with the finger," he says. "You're leaning on it as a crutch." He's not. It's just this thing that comes out of him. Like, I love the idea of Troy, who we know so well as being, I think, a great actor and doing so many great performances, still being in his own head about like this, that, and the other, trying to impersonate Harrison Ford, whereas just not trying to be Indiana Jones or whatever.
Totally.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like I said, the piece is interesting. I've been working my way through it. But back to this. Not shocking, and I'll be more interested to see how big the role is in whatever Neil's next game is, Naughty Dog's next game is. Is it just like, similar to how after all the Uncharted stuff, right? Nolan pops up in Last of Us, but it's just a character rather than like the characters.
Yeah. Which would make sense.
I would think so.
I definitely. I don't think Troy's going to be the main lead. But I also do think that it'd be a potentially substantial character like Nolan was. And,
David, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, have it your way. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, well. Chat's on my side. I just want to let you know.
About what part?
About, the phrasing of the article, but it's all good.
Just because all y'all can't read. You know what I mean?
I mean,
The reporter
if they had
reported on it.
something.
The reporter doesn't need to say every time. Also, Neil Druckmann said that he's going to be in the next game. And
Why
Neil
would
Druckmann
you
says
then
this quote.
lessen the importance of like he's going to be in it with
Because he's not fucking IGN's Wesley Yin Poole here breaking news about the game. He's doing a profile of Troy Baker. He puts the information in there.
could have done it better.
I don't like you. Number 4, PlayStation 5's DualSense Edge and Pulse accessories are reportedly coming in black. Look out, Batman, you know? Remember that?
I do.
Doesn't come in black.
God. Put some
Tom
nips on
Ivan
it.
at VGC reports. Sony is reportedly preparing to launch a number of PlayStation 5 accessories in black. These include the DualSense Edge controller, Pulse Elite wireless headphones, and the Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds. Writing on Deal Labs, highly reliable data miner Bill Kuhn said they expect the black PS5 accessories to be announced before Christmas. To date, these accessories have only been available in white, excluding the limited edition 30th anniversary DualSense Edge controller. Like the white versions, the black ones will reportedly be priced as follows. DualSense Edge controller, black, $199.99. DualSense Elite wireless headphones, black, $149.99. Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds, black, $199.99.
I was saying this earlier, but PlayStation's figured out its peripherals and accessories, and putting them in black always makes sense. I think with the PS5's color scheme, obviously they're always going to go with the kind of Stormtrooper with blue accent lighting, and they've done that for everything that they have. And then later putting out the black, I didn't think that they were necessarily going to, but they did.
Yeah.
And now they're going to do it for all of their popular peripherals. I wonder if we get a black Portal at some point. I kind of expect that we will. I hope that we will, because that'll just show even more support of this thing.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, I mean, they got it down. I think this is great. I think this is a great lineup of products, and I think that them being supported, all of them, not just controllers, but like everything being supported with these color schemes is a good thing, because PlayStation hasn't always been good about supporting things with colors like that. And on top of that, the Edge controller existing, I think 5 years ago, God, we're getting old, so maybe it was more than that. We would have been like, PlayStation's never going to do an Elite type controller. That's just not their MO.
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
it's one of their main things that they're putting out many versions of. Like after we got one, I never thought we'd get a different colorway of the Edge. So
Sure.
now getting a black one, that's awesome.
Yeah, rad. I like the options, and I think one of my favorite controllers for my DualSense is the all black
It's
version.
nice.
Yeah, and goddamn, I didn't even thought about an all black Portal.
Oh yeah,
Does it come in black? Remember Christian Bale?
I'll never
I'm
forget.
nailing it just like that.
yeah.
Remember those movies? Those movies are good,
Good
except
movies.
for the third one.
Less good.
Less good.
Yeah,
Not
Still good though.
still good.
That's no Batman and Robin.
You're right. It's not.
Tim,
Mhm.
when they announce another Batman movie, it'll be big news.
It's gonna be really big.
But I don't need big news right now. I need the smallest news I needed to know about. Where would I go?
You go to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the small new items that you need to know about.
Number 5 on the Roper Report, the Wii News. From GamesIndustry.biz, workers at 2K Games' California-based motion capture studio have successfully voted to unionize. Congratulations. Darkest Dungeon 2 Free Kingdoms game mode launches alongside the next Inhuman Bondage DLC on January
Christ.
27th on PC. That sentence kept getting crazier as I read it. From VGC, IO Interactive has cut ties with Conor McGregor following a recent court ruling against the MMA star. And from Amazon, the closed alpha test for King of Meat will be live from Wednesday, December 4th to Saturday, December 14th, Jesus Christ, on PC and Xbox Series X/S. Rayman says, I bought a black DualSense and I kind of regret it. The white one looks better. Oh, the white one is cool too.
Oh, the new white one,
Yeah.
whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, the glacial one. That's the
Glazed
one I'm
white.
using at home right now. They don't call it the glazed white.
Glazed white,
They're not
that's what
that
they call
crazy.
it.
They're not that crazy, all right? They're not that crazy. Of course, we ask all of you to super chat and hang out and make the show better. So many of you did. Let's see what we got here. Jeff C. super chatted and said, prediction, next gen 100% cross PS6 and PS5 portable. Kind of what we're talking about, I guess, if they put out versions of every game. It'd be nice if it was just native, but I don't believe that. We'll see. I hope so. Dear Sixlet super chats and says, Vita means life, vindication for Greg, beyond. Jeez. Super Red 64 says, Tim, I need to know, has your Retroid Pocket 5 shipped? Will there be a review episode? I can't wait for mine.
We're in the state of time, Greg, that is one of my least favorite, but also most exciting times, where every day I just check the shipping, check the tracking,
Sure.
and it's like, no, it's still in China. It hasn't moved. So then I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to watch another review of this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I've
are.
just been watching.
Yeah.
I think I've watched every video anyone's put out about this Retroid Pocket 5.
Nice.
I've shown you this thing. It's the Vita shaped
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
OLED handheld. I can't wait for it. People are glowing about this thing. So no, I have not received mine yet. I'm seeing I'm going to get it by Christmas. We'll see.
Nice. Okay.
We'll see. But I'm very, very excited for it. I'm about to be obsessed with this thing.
Yeah, see, I'm in a similar boat, but I go a different way. I'm waiting right now for the 2 in the box from HasLab. That's the PKE meter and trap for Ghostbusters.
I like that.
We are at the point where they're shipping imminently, but all the Ghostbuster influencers and news sites like ghostbusternews.com, my favorite Ghostbuster news site, they have all their unboxings up and things like that, but I refuse to watch them. I don't want to watch them.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to look at the diagrams. I don't want to see the patches. I'm just excited to get it when it gets here.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it.
It's just getting me more excited though, because I'm just looking at it. Everyone's just glowing about it. It sounds like there's like nothing bad about this thing for the needs I have. So very stoked. The other thing I'm waiting for in the mail is the Nintendo Switch Lite OLED screen upgrade.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So both of those, where they at?
Okay.
But I'll keep y'all updated on it all.
Erdy Cooper says, quote, my favorite Ghostbusters news site, end quote. How many are there? There's a lot, Erdy Cooper. All right. Don't act like I understand you probably have your own little obsession with some dork shit. All right. Trust me. There's a lot of Ghostbuster sites out there. Barrett, what you got for me?
I have breaking news that's kind of upsetting. John Reardon on Blue Sky points out brings up this is an Xbox marketing. There's a new image. And there's a revelation here. It's that apparently the plural of Xbox is Xbox.
This is a pair of Xbox. No, I can't get down with that.
It's very upsetting.
This is a pair of Xbox instead of a pair of Xboxes. No.
I don't hate it.
No, it's box. The word's box. We already know box is.
Yeah, but like it looks ugly if you add it's cleaner this way. It's like when people try to add like extra shit after like Getty's. If I possess it, they try adding all this like extra cute shit. Motherfuckers, when they put Getty's I'm like, I want to punch you in the dick.
That's fair.
You put the apostrophe after it, that makes sense. Everyone knows what that means. Got a lot of stupid people out there. You know what I mean? People eating Kinder eggs.
Agree.
Gotta do something about this.
I agree with everything you're saying right there. Huh.
But I'm with Xbox.
Hold on, we're gonna get to the bottom of this right now.
Like, what would you want? XBs?
Dear Mr. Spencer.
Don't DM Phil Spencer. This is such a waste of your privileges,
writing
Greg.
to you live on Kinda Funny Games Daily, the number one.
I mean, at least he's learned his
daily
lesson.
News show. A video game.
Yeah.
Number
Like, at
daily
least he's
video.
not calling him live.
Video game. Well, I don't have his number. News show.
Yeah. Stein, the social media manager from Xbox, just DM'd me with the asterisk Xbox N.
Stein, DM me Phil's number right now. I am upset that I have seen reports that the plural of Xbox is Xbox and not Xboxes.
He says, I want to keep my job, Greg.
You did not earn the right to take away the agency of the word boxes. Oh, but hold on. The agency of the word boxes. The agency of the... You did not earn the right to take away the agency of the plural boxes. This is in quotes.
I don't like how many times you said box.
Box. You, sir, have crossed a line. You, sir, have crossed a line. Period. Please DM me your phone number.
My God!
So that I can call you live on
This
air
is so
for
threatening, and it just keeps
future
getting worse.
Transgressions. Like this. And then to make sure he knows I'm not mad, humbly.
That'll fix all.
Okay. You won me over now. At least he's humble about it, about being a psychopath.
Okay, so now just to make sure I'm going to reread it before I send it. I don't look like an idiot. Dear Mr. Spencer, I am writing to you live on Kinda Funny Games Daily, the number one daily video game news show. I am upset. I am upset that I have seen reports that the plural of Xbox is Xbox and not Xboxes. You did not earn the right to take away the agency of the plural boxes from box. You, sir, have crossed the line. Please DM me your phone number so that I can call you live on air for future transgressions like this. Humbly, 2015 trending gamer Greg Milling. Sent. Nailed it.
He actually sent it, everybody. I can confirm he sent it. And Stein has DM'd me once again saying, well, going to prepare Papa Phil for the crazy email.
Oh, not an email. It's a DM,
Stein. It's a DM, Stein. It's a DM. We don't want you to get in trouble. We don't want you to be the next target of Greg. Semantics, okay?
I mean, Stein's transgressed a few times on his own, but we're not going to get into that right now. All right. God. Instead, we'll keep with the super chats here, unless somebody else wants to come in and just pervert the English language. You know what I mean?
He's not wrong.
Tim Chalking. I was trying to say choking. This is Benny B. Good trying to make fun of you. Tim Chalking on the Kinder Egg is Candy's revenge for a shitty Halloween perspective.
I honestly, we don't need to get into it. In fact, I won't get into it. But people's understanding on my take of the Halloween thing just shows how I'm not the only stupid one out there. That's all I'm going to say.
Damn. El Captain 22 says, just wanted to see if anyone at Kinda Funny has finished Arcane Season 2 yet. Just finished it Saturday, and it's now over Fallout for me for game adaptation.
I have not. I think as hard as it's going to be for me, I'm going to hold off on Season 2 until they release it on 4K Blu-ray, because Season 1's 4K Blu-ray is one of the coolest things I've ever freaking seen.
Okay.
So it's worth it for me to wait. But I'm excited everyone's loving it.
And as you know, I'm not a PC gaming dork, nor am I my 3-year-old son, so I don't watch cartoons like that unless Superman's in them. Alex G3B says, y'all got to watch Eggman's announcement. And then Lightning Black followed up, Tim, they're referencing a Sonic 2006 fan dub for the moon thing.
Okay. I unfortunately have not seen that. I will right my wrongs at some point.
Rian Okoilian says, question for Tim. Finally upgrading from a launch PS4 and found a deal that includes a SteelSeries Arxis 7P Plus free with a PS5 Slim. Do you recommend this headset?
Yes.
Okay.
The Arctis 7P Plus. I don't know that exact thing, but the Arctis SteelSeries of headsets are very, very, very good. I would say the highest quality of like consumer grade headsets out there. So yeah, definitely a good recommendation.
Some quick ones to get us out of here. Sean super chats and says, you and me, Tim, are the best Kinda Funny games duo. Hi. Starting from the beginning now. I hope you caught up. I hope you had fun.
Hope you had fun.
CJ Splits on says a lot of PlayStation stuff aligning for early December and does one of these emojis because he's thinking about Game Awards. I'm thinking about Arby's. Gerardo is cool. You can't say it, Tim.
I just knew you were going to say it.
You can't say thinking and not think. Arby's did it, man. Like it or hate it, they got a good ad campaign with that I'm thinking Arby's thing. And I don't even know it's their ad campaign anymore because everybody hates Arby's. Gerardo is cool, says grateful for y'all. Have a great Thanksgiving. We will. Remember, just today and tomorrow for Kinda Funny content. Aran says, I'm getting the GameCube version of the Pocket 5.
The colorway of it, it's awesome.
Yeah,
God,
that's a great color.
I can't wait for this thing. I'm going to bring it here and I'm going to be the coolest kid at school. Like, I'm going to show it to all you guys and all of you are going to be so jealous.
Fair enough. And our final one of the day comes from Brain13, who says, Eggman announcement would be a great live reaction video. We'll think about it. We'll take it under consideration, all right?
Maybe during Bless's Sonic Adventure 2 stream, which I do want to make happen.
Oh, okay.
He deserves it in this life.
Of course, we ask people watching live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames and youtube.com/kindoffunnygames to keep us honest at kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Somebody already wrote in with the fan dub thing, but more importantly, Grezik says it's an 18-hour drive from San Francisco to Colorado. It's a 22-hour drive from Vancouver. All right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Who would have guessed it?
Who could have known?
I just think of buffaloes, and I think of that level in The Last of Us, and I'm like, oh, it's cold.
Yeah. Makes
sense. What are you going to do? Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that's another episode of Kinda Funny Games Daily in the books. Up next is your GamesCast review with Paris and Mike of Xboxes 2024. Remember, we're all about live talk shows here at Kinda Funny, so if you like that, give thanks by giving us a Kinda Funny membership over on patreon.com/kindafunny or youtube.com/kindafunnygames. $10 gets you good karma and all of our shows ad-free, more than 20 a week usually, not when there's a national holiday. And then, of course, you get all of the afternoon podcasts live as you record them. Then if you're on Patreon, you get cool things like today's happy hour. That's right. Come call in, talk to us live this afternoon. And then, of course, you get a daily dose of me in a series we call Gregway. For now, it's time to kick it over to the GamesCast. But until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.